Today we're talking about 10 negative thought patterns or toxic thought patterns that have a huge impact on your life that you should make yourself aware of. When I first learned about cognitive distortions or negative thought patterns or toxic thought patterns years ago, I was amazed at just how many of these pertain to me and just how unaware I was of them. Also, what a huge impact these have on our lives. In this video, I'm going to share the 10 most common cognitive distortions with you. And although you might not be able to relate to all of them, I can guarantee you will be able to relate to at least one or some of them. I have found that by educating myself, I'm able to have more awareness around why I'm thinking what I'm thinking and where it comes from, where it stems from, and then re-scripting my thought pattern for a better, healthier, more balanced and helpful outcome. Number one is all or nothing thinking, or polarized thinking, or also called black or white thinking. As the name suggests, it's exactly that. It's when you're unable to see gray areas. Now, this is not in a literal sense, it's in a metaphorical sense. So what this means is, a good example would be something is either fantastic or it's awful. If you're someone who is a perfectionist and you have a project at work, it has to be perfect. If it's not perfect, then you discount everything else that you've done in that project and it's awful. Now, this is obviously not a very helpful thinking pattern because you need to be able to both celebrate your successes but also acknowledge your mistakes for exactly what they are. And those are learning opportunities. Number two is called overgeneralization. This is when you take one single experience and you measure all other experiences against that. A good example of this might be, let's say you have a doctor's appointment with a new doctor for the first time, and this doctor just happens to lack bedside manner. He might be having an off day or had a bad, morning, and he is a bit rude and obnoxious. And you take that singular experience and you measure all doctors against what you experience. So you think to yourself, all doctors are rude and obnoxious, which of course is not a fact. Facts, facts, facts. Always examine the facts. Number three is mental filtering. It's a bit like overgeneralization, but with this one, you focus on one negative experience and you discount all positive experiences. A good example of this might be having a fight with your partner, or your partner made one comment that you were offended by. The negative thinking pattern here with mental filtering would mean that you only focus on that one negative instance or experience and you discount all the positive experiences that you've had throughout your relationship. And now you think the relationship is doomed because of this one negative experience. Number four is very similar to mental filtering and it's called discounting or disqualifying the positive. This one again is something that I tend to struggle with. So if you're someone who really struggles to truly accept compliments, this might really pertain to you. So it is the inability to accept the positive. For instance, let's say I ask a friend for feedback on a project of mine, and because they're my friend, they say, oh, it looks amazing, awesome work. But in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, you're just saying that because you have to, because you're my friend. So it's discounting the positive, disqualifying the positive, not being able to take on or really accept positive comments or compliments. So if you're anything like me, you probably tend to be very hard on yourself. Number five is one of my favorites because I think we all do this, and that is jumping to conclusions. One of my favorite sayings of all time is, assumption is the mother of all. With this cognitive distortion, you hold the belief that you know what someone else is thinking. Someone will never truly know what you are thinking or how you are thinking it or why you are thinking it, and vice versa. It can be very devastating within relationships if you're someone who tends to always jump to conclusions. For example, let's say I get to work and Sally did not greet me this morning when I got to work. She always greets me, she didn't greet me this morning. This must mean that she is angry at me. Maybe it's because yesterday I didn't make her coffee when I was making myself coffee. Okay, that means Sally hates me. Facts, facts, facts. Always examine the facts. Number 6, another favorite of mine. Magnification or catastrophizing. This is another one I used to be very good at. With this thinking pattern, you tend to take one small event and now everything is ruined. It's a bit like having an argument with your boss at work. You had one bad moment and now your whole day is ruined. No, you didn't have a bad day. You maybe had a bad 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. That doesn't mean you had a bad day. Number 7 is emotional reasoning. With this thought pattern, you tend to equate your feelings to facts. So if I feel it, it must be true. A good example would be your partner strikes up a conversation with a stranger, a beautiful stranger of the opposite sex, and you're feeling a little jealous and maybe a little insecure, and you see that they're getting along and they're laughing, making jokes. So you feel your partner likes this person, and in your mind you're going, my partner likes this person more than he or she does me. That means they're going to cheat on me, they're going to leave me. This is over. Not very helpful. Number 8 is should statements. So these are statements you make to yourself about what you should do, or to other people about what they should do. And if you don't do this, it means you're a bad person. I'm busy with a work project right now and under a lot of pressure because I'm studying and working full-time, but my friend is phoning me. I should take this call, otherwise it means I am unkind, uncaring, and not a good friend. Yeah. It is healthy and important to do what is right for you and what you need. Just because you are taking time to focus on something that is important to you does not make you a bad person. And the same goes for someone else who might be doing something that is right for them. You might not perceive it as such, but just because they're not doing what you think they should be doing does not make them a bad person, a bad friend, a bad partner, or a bad colleague. Boundaries, so important. Almost done. Okay, number 9 is labeling. So this is an extreme form of overgeneralization, and this usually pertains to like a certain group of people. For example, there was an insert on the news about a person in a shopping center, and this person is believed to suffer from schizophrenia and became a little violent. And when you look at this, of course, the news loves to over-dramatize, blow things out of proportion. That's what news does. Now you think all people who are mentally ill are dangerous, which of course is absolutely not true. But with this negative thought pattern, you take something that you've seen or experienced about one person within a specific group and you apply it to that entire group. Last one, number 10, is personalization. With this thought pattern, you tend to always blame yourself for everything. You are always at fault for everything that happens. I texted my friend yesterday and I still haven't received a response. I shouldn't have texted her while she was at work. She told me she had a busy day. This is all my fault. She's gonna end the friendship. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Not helpful. My friend might just be very busy and she'll get back to me in due time. This doesn't mean I did anything wrong. If I did anything wrong, she'll tell me. And there we have it, 10 cognitive distortions or negative thought patterns that you really should make yourself aware of. I've added some links in the description below on resources, websites, other articles where you can go and read up on cognitive distortions or negative thought patterns and tools that you can use to rewrite these for more positive, helpful, balanced outcomes. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you found this helpful. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel as I upload new content on a regular basis. And I'll see you guys in the next video.